I still got to hit that mic icon, Rick. I still can't hear you. It's a little bit harder to do on the phone, but it's just basically click that little microphone at the bottom of your phone. Yeah, I still can't hear you.
Boom. Okay,
Yeah,
can you hear me now?
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay, thank you, Patrick. Again, very appreciated. Yeah, okay, I have a couple questions here. All right. First off, I have the app, the Instagram app on my phone now to upload. I can upload because I'm not doing my videos live. I'm going to do them and then upload them. I feel better with that. Okay. And it gives me a maximum of 90 seconds.
So 90,
and I think last time you said that Instagram allows you a lengthier video. Is that true?
Yeah, but you can't upload to do it, sadly. So when you look at Instagram and you click the little positive, look at the screen, Rick, so you can see it. The little plus button here. It says Reel, Post, Stories, Story Highlight, Live. So if I was to click Live, then I can go on and do it. But I clicked Stories accidentally. So if I click Live, it just opens up the camera, and I press the one button and it goes live. Then I can go for an hour. But you can't fake it and upload one that way. Not to Instagram. It doesn't work that way.
Okay, so only live then.
Yeah, only live.
I can do a lengthy one only live.
You can also actually, that's like we're sort of like in the weeds on some of the technical terms. So there is a live broadcast that Instagram allows you to do, right? You can also do a post and select that long video, hit next and put that up. That will actually work for you, and then it'll just post on your videos tab. But it's not as effective as doing it live. It's just not. It just adds a bunch of
complexity. But if I do a lengthier video and then I upload it on my laptop rather, and go to and log into Instagram and do it on my laptop, does that allow for a lengthier video?
I believe so. They're it's sort of weird the way they have like the computer experience of Instagram. It works on some stuff and then it doesn't work on other stuff. But I would just Google how to do that and see whether or not you can pull it off. It should be all right.
Okay, and one quick other questions. Now I want to have I have a website. I'd like to have that address. When I do it on, can I type that on when I'm doing it on the phone live? Can I first type that in, or do I have to do it on my computer?
You can, but it doesn't allow you to do a link. So it's just that it'll just be the text, and they'll have to remember it or enter it. They can't click and go.
But what if I upload online? On my laptop.
It doesn't matter. There's this thing on Instagram where everyone says link in the bio, link in the bio, link in the bio. The reason that they say that is if you look at the screen, you see the little link there. It's kind of hard to see, but I can't zoom in on it. So it's just this thing. When I click this thing, Instagram allows you one link, and it's the link in your bio. And so if you want to put your website in there, that's where I'd put it.
Okay, well, my website's in the bio.
Yeah, then you're all good. Just say link in the bio.
Okay, one final question. And by the way, I'm going to do my first ones today just to get it going. And I love it. I grew up in a movie TV business family. My dad was an actor. My mom wrote TV, so I can be. I feel good in front of the camera.
You got no excuses. It's in your DNA.
Yeah, no excuses at all. Yeah. Now, also, I noticed. I want to do these the horizontal format because I notice when anything goes on these phones,
it doesn't work.
It gets cropped.
It doesn't work for Instagram. Instagram is an application in the vertical aspect ratio, so you have to do it that way.
Even if I do make the video horizontal, it'll get cropped, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I have to consider that in the composition of what I've got.
You will.
And one final thing, I live in this guest house here in the San Fernando Valley with a nice backyard. I may invite a bunch of friends and have my own show just for them to see it.
Now you're cooking with gas. Now you're cooking with gas.
And talk to them all, and they tell me their comments about the work and what they like about it. So on. Okay, Patrick, thank you for the great information, and we really appreciate these little talks you give. Thanks a lot.
Awesome, thanks, Rick. Stay cool, my friend. I know it is getting roasty in the valley there. All right, Catherine, you're up next. Go ahead.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry, a plane just flew overhead. I hope you can hear me.
Yep.
Okay, good. I have a question about the way you can possibly help me to take my website to a higher level. I'd like to know about customization, because something I've wanted to do is get more into like JavaScript so that I can know how to make, like I used to do Square site template websites for other people in California, similar kind of to what you're doing, but on a smaller scale. I need help with business side and like marketing to actually reach people more. And also I'm at a point though where I need to elevate what I've been doing. I want to kind of match the aesthetic of the sleek kind of high end, very expensive chic of like Miami, and also the Palm kind of thing that connects with California too.
Yep. Are you a website designer or are you an artist?
Well, I'm an artist, so the website thing was kind of a way for me to help myself. Like originally, well, I wasn't even going to say any of this, but originally I actually was asking my boyfriend at the time to make a website for me because he was doing that, but he kind of kept putting it off. And then I got a job at an art gallery because I mean, I've done that, you know, so I worked for a stained glass artist gallery and they needed a website. And so he actually asked me while I was working for him to make a Squarespace template website. And then that became my like business. I started doing that actually to get myself supported, like when I lived in California. So I have some experience with it, but it was through template websites. So it's more like I'm a designer, and like, I mean, I do classical art and photography and a lot of different disciplines, but I have a strong training with fine painting, and drawing and photography. I've done photography and things like that, but, and sculpture background. And I'm now getting into like digital media stuff. So I'm interdisciplinary, and that's like the degree I just earned for my second bachelor's, because I want to do more getting into film. But anyway, I don't really market myself well enough. Like a lot of my stuff is dated. I haven't really updated my website. I have like character projects on there, but I want to elevate it.
Well, we're talking about a bunch of nonsense. Is the art selling currently? Because that's the only thing that matters.
No.
Okay. Well, then we don't care about a website. We don't care about learning JavaScript. I mean, don't get me wrong. You have to separate, like, if you're going to do the web design thing as a side hustle, that's okay. Put that in a box. That's a topic.
Well, it's part of, well, the thing is, there's part of what I want to do is how I'm presenting myself online. I want it to be an extension of my art stuff.
Yes.
So
what I'm telling you is,
I have some like
how you want to present yourself. How you want to present yourself online is not going to put gas in your tank, and it's not gonna put food on your table, right? You have to focus.
I think if I actually elevated though the way that I look, and people could expect, like they would associate me with what they're already willing to spend thousands of dollars on. If I have a nicer style, that would help me a lot.
It's not going to help. It's not going to help in the short term. Because what ends up happening is you spend all your time on like this presentation thing, which is nebulous, and how am I going to nail it, and how am I going to get it great, and none of that ever moves the needle, ever. It will move the needle after you do all the other stuff, which is important, which is work on your social media following, capture emails, make sure the work is selling, do regular and consistent marketing. Then I can see examples where when you focus on that stuff, and I'm being terse with you because I want you to win and you're young. So if you get this right at a younger age, right? I was saying the exact same stuff you were at your age. And it's like none of that stuff matters to generate instantaneous sales. No one cares. Honestly, no one cares. The most important thing you could do is put all the art in that jazzy background that you have right now, turn this thing on, go live, say everything is available for sale, let me know. Because you're taking a forward step there to actually getting the work to move rather than focusing on these things like the presentation and the connection. No one's buying that. They're buying the art. They're buying the art. Later on down the line, as you get like bigger and better and more established, there's a stronger argument for like beefing up the presentation and the branding and associating yourself at like the really high end of things. But I don't believe in the very near short term, if sales is the goal and growing the business is the goal, that you need to worry about that.
So you're saying just if I focus on
selling,
implementing better business model like activities, that even if I have a lower quality from like my earlier
it won't matter
life phase.
Yes, it won't matter at all. It won't matter at all. I know you're like, wait a minute, that's not squaring with anything that I think. But my position is like, I don't know how long you've been working on this particular project, but if no work is sold in that period of time, you're working on the wrong thing, unless you want to have a hobby. The work must
Well,
sell.
it's just a matter of like I want to upgrade want to focus more on putting out like painting series, which I've sort of been neglecting to do other things and to be doing my next degree. But now I want to get more out that is showing the quality of what I can do, which I haven't really even put updated work on my website right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I was interested to know though, if I pay for this service, if I could work with you though to specialize, like I have a plan. It's just it's more intensive than what I already know.
Yeah.
To make a nicer website. So I was just wondering how that works with art storefronts though.
I mean, essentially we're going to teach you the business side. We're going to teach you the marketing side. We're going to make sure you focus on it, which is what you need more than anything else. Trust me.
Okay, but so am I also paying for like a website upgrade basically, or like a?
Yeah. So we provide a website, and then we provide the marketing and the education to actually get people there. Like what everyone thinks, especially early on in the career, is that you have a website problem. Meaning, if I just get my website sorted, everything will start changing for the better. If I work on the branding, if I make it pretty, if it's got beautiful slideshows, if it's representative of whatever I want to represent. The problem is that no one's coming to the website in the first place. You haven't fixed it.
Yeah, you got to get it out there.
Yeah, it's like you just created the most beautiful store ever, but the problem is it's in the middle of Death Valley in the summer. No one's coming. Right? We got to fix that. We got to fix that part first. We can help you. You should see a demo. A demo is like our little like in and out, all the bells, all the whistles, the tour, the whole thing. So that's what I would say.
So if I started with doing like an email list in the past, but I was going to do like a newsletter, but I didn't keep up with that.
Yeah,
I guess that's a big mistake.
Huge mistake.
But I guess is there something you advise for artists to be able to connect better? Because I feel like I've wasted my time, honestly, on my social media stuff because it doesn't really, I don't get numbers.
The numbers are irrelevant. The only thing that matters is that the work sells. Once
so
you
you're saying
once you
that's
focus
not necessarily what affects that?
No. Once you focus 100% on selling the work, everything else takes care of itself. You'd be amazed at how that works. Pablo Picasso's got these great lines. He's like, early on, my drawings did not command a high price, but the work sold. The work must go out into the world. And I'm just saying, if you make that the focus, like how is whatever I'm going to do help me to sell art, not in a year from now when the thing is done, but in the next 48 hours, then everything will start aligning for you.
Okay. How can that become more of a real thing and not just like the 48-hour focus? Because that seems like a great idea that I don't know how to be grounded.
Yeah, it takes time. It takes time. Have you heard my podcast?
No, I haven't.
Art Marketing Podcast. Start on episode number 1. I'm not kidding.
Okay, thanks.
It's hardcore tactical in there, and it'll get you moving in the right direction.
Okay.
And I'll
say that again.
The Art Marketing Podcast. And I'm sure it's in I'm sure it's in the Instagram bio too. You can find it.
Yeah. All right. I'll check that out. But so at least I just wanted to make sure that if I'm paying for the services, so you're really teaching me like what was missing in my art degree, basically.
Yes.
And then you're also helping me with still upgrading the look of my website.
Exactly.
Possibly.
Right. All of it. All of the above. All of the above. We can help you for sure.
Thanks.
Okay. Thanks, Catherine. There were so many things that I focused on when I was young, and then to the detriment of actually figuring out whether or not the product is going to sell. And when you take your focus off, even for a minute, and it's really hard to do to stay focused all the time, even for a minute on just selling the work, because selling the work is the only thing that matters, then you're in a good spot. And oh, by the way, Pablo Picasso, when he died, 45,000 unsold works in his inventory. Not everything that guy created was a home run. But he understood that the work must sell. And so if it's not selling, move on to something that is selling. And that's literally the whole ballgame. Okay. Other questions, or should we get into the social rant? And Rick, I see you've got another one. You've already asked one. We'll follow up on it again. And that's okay if you don't. We can get into the social rant because I think that's what a lot of people are here for. So anyone that's been like a confident social media marketer for any point in time already knows this because the writing's been on the wall for a little while. But now there's like official articles that are starting to come out on it. But essentially what's happened is we've been living under an utter, total, and complete monopoly that is Facebook and Instagram owning social media, and specifically for you guys because it's the only two social media networks really that matter. for selling art and photography. There's nothing else that even comes close. I just threw in the chat this article, by the way, which I'm going to quote from a little bit. Essentially what's happened is, for the first time in history, not for the first time in history, the other times in history when competition arrived on the social media scene, Facebook either bought them, because the first time it was Instagram and they just straight bought the competition. And now the second time was Snapchat, and they tried to buy Snapchat. Snapchat said no, and then Instagram just went and copied their number one feature, which were stories, and incorporated them directly into everything that they teach, everything that they do. And at that point, from Snapchat forward, social media marketing was about how many followers you have. That's it. Work a ton to get followers. Then when you have the followers, some small portion of them are going to see the work that you create. And that was true all the way up till about like a year and change ago now, when TikTok came onto the scene, and TikTok has started stealing users from Facebook and Instagram like crazy. And Facebook and Instagram went back and did the exact same thing they did with Snapchat, which is they just copied the features verbatim. And now these features verbatim that they've copied completely and fundamentally change the social media marketing landscape, call it social media marketing game. Everybody's been talking about this for a while, but the first time in this article, they got a high-level Facebook exec on the phone. And what it sort of lays out represents the single solitary greatest thing for you guys that are trying to sell art I've ever seen, meaning with Reels, okay, and I should probably show a reel so you guys can see what they look like. Ooh, I got a busy screen going on. Get all that out of the way. So Reels, when you go into the feed, or these things, they're these little videos, and they're essentially replacing television. And over 23% of the time spent on Instagram is now on Reels. These things are organized both by hashtags into channels and both by Instagram's AI into channels. And so if I come on here and I really like landscape photography and I watch these, the next time I come on, they're going to show me more and more and more landscape photography until I'm essentially on the landscape photography channel. And what's interesting about these is that they utterly, totally, and completely upend the normal social media contract, as I was mentioning, which means before, if you didn't have the followers, you were creating stuff and no one saw what you created at all, right? Because you didn't have the followers. And so you had to go to work and gathering and building a bunch of followers, and more people would see your stuff. Or you could go and take those dollars and invest them in the Facebook and Instagram ads marketplace to buy the attention. Because Instagram is so terrified of losing users to TikTok, you can now come onto this social media site with 0 followers at all, and your first post can be seen by tens of thousands of people if you just create something extremely compelling. Reels, by which I mean Instagram Reels to start, you'll notice have a little follow button here. If I like somebody, I can just follow them in 2 seconds. And they are moving both of their platforms. Instagram's pretty much already there, but Facebook as well. They are moving into discovery platforms, meaning you used to go onto the social media sites and you used to see some blend of what your followers were posting. Now, on both Facebook and Instagram, you're going to come onto these sites and you're going to see a blend of what Facebook's AI thinks is the most compelling for what you're interested in. And what this translates into are thousands and thousands and thousands of people that you do not know being exposed to your content, and that was never the case before. And it is fundamentally one of the biggest game changers you could ever even imagine, right? Like, they have some of the quotes in this piece are, you know, rather than prioritize posts from accounts people follow, Facebook's main feed will, like TikTok, start heavily recommending posts regardless of where they come from. And, you know, I put in this other presentation, do you know what that means? It means Christmas in July. We've never seen anything. We've never seen anything like this, not even close. And so any of you guys on here, the vast majority of which are like, I barely even started an Instagram account, or I'm terrible on social media, or I have 5 people on my Facebook page or my Instagram page. Through creating Reels and learning how to do this and getting better and better and better at this, you can potentially reach tens of thousands of people, every single solitary one of you, and even people in your niche. It is such a fundamental change in what is out there in social media land. We haven't had anything like this. We haven't had anything like this since they gained dominance, which is like 8 years ago now, 9 years ago now. I mean, at least in the early days, everything that we posted would be seen by all of our followers. That went away. And so this just represents a fundamental change. And if you guys are not aware of Reels and you're not creating Reels, and when you do create a Reel, you upload that separately to Facebook. If you're not doing that right now, you're missing one of the single solitary biggest arbitrages that has exist in social media marketing my entire career that I've seen. Nothing like this. Absolutely crazy. Maybe early to Google AdWords, early to SEO, early to Facebook, early to Instagram. Other than that, there's been nothing like it. And, you know, we have 6,700 customers at Art Storefront's been doing this for, we're almost at our 10-year anniversary, but 7 years hardcore with artists. And Instagram is by far right now the most important platform. Secondarily, it's Facebook. If you interview any of the other biggest trade publications that exist out there, the two biggest ones are the Hiscox Report and the Art Basel Report. Even the top end of the market is the most reliant upon those two, on Instagram primarily and Facebook secondarily. So huge opportunities to market on the two of them. And even you guys that just start an account today, you can potentially start picking up thousands of followers that'll see your work. You can make reels and have them go out into the world. And if you get good at it and competent at it, you can build an art business in a very truncated period of time. And we've just never had an opportunity like that. We just haven't. Doesn't mean it's easy. I mean, you have to figure out how to do this, but we are going all in on this for our customers. We are teaching workshops constantly. Reels are now becoming a portion of every single solitary marketing activity that they have to do. For instance, Prime Day is coming up, Amazon Prime Day. It's actually a huge sale. It's one of the single solitary biggest e-commerce holidays in the United States outside of Black Friday and Cyber Monday, and it's a completely made-up holiday. It is a made-up holiday, okay? Our customers will be running a sale. They will be running a sale for Prime Day, and the reason is when someone spends that much money on advertising and the whole world knows that a sale is going to be in the water, everyone's finger is just a little bit closer to that credit card, is just a little bit closer to that buy now page. So our customers run a sale at the same time. Now let's figure out how we do that with Reels. Before, we would tease the sale. Hey guys, big announcement coming up in 2 days. Look forward to an email from me. Then we would announce the sale. Sale is on. Then we would say what is for sale, and then we would say how long until the sale ends, and then we would conclude the sale. Now our customers are doing all of the above, and they're making a reel for every single solitary part of it. So to tease the sale, they're making a reel. To announce the sale, they're making a reel. They're making a couple of reels during the sale. They're putting in a final reel saying sale's about to end. Take such and such off of my store all the way until midnight tonight, and boom. And now these reels with people that have 0 followers are potentially getting seen by hundreds to thousands that all are aware of a sale now that this artist is having just by including it in the marketing. So when you start layering it on to doing these other things that we teach our customers to do, you are actually going to start winning and actually start getting your art in front of people and actually selling the product. And selling the product is the only thing that matters. It's not the only thing that matters, but it's the only thing that matters if you want a business, right? If you don't want to just be a hobbyist. And you know, also fundamentally, I would say on Reels, like one of the coolest things about this is you can create a reel, okay? And let me just go to one of the ones I've created. I got to go onto the Reels tab, which is this one. You can create a reel, and after you create a reel, are those reels? Those aren't reels. Here we go. After you create a reel, does that one have any comments? This one doesn't. I'm going to find one that does for me. Hold on. All right. Does that one have comments? I can't tell. Sometimes it's hard to see. Oh, yeah, this one does. You can create a reel, and after somebody leaves a comment on your reel, okay, you can hit the comment, and I know this is a little hard to see, just bear with me. I click reply on this comment, and then you see the giant little blue camera. Everyone knows what this is. This is like a normal thing where you reply, right? We're all used to this in various different web contexts. I can hit the camera button, and I can instantaneously grab this person's question. I'm signing up to your advice. They left a comment on my reel, and I'm going to answer that comment with another reel. Let's just say that they were saying, their response really was, I really like your work, Patrick. That is a beautiful piece. Thanks for the comment and the compliment on my work. Just to let you know, this guy is for sale in my Amazon Prime sale right now until midnight tonight. You could take 40% off of this thing. I ship internationally. Take PayPal, Venmo, anything you like. Pressed button, it's done. Now if I click through and go next. Thanks for the comment and the compliment on my work. Just to let you know, this guy is for sale in my Amazon Prime sale. I click next again. I title it, I post it, and now not only will that person be notified that I responded to their comment, but now everyone else knows that I have a sale going on. How much work did that take? I just did that in 2 seconds right in front of all of you guys, right? And yet almost none of you are doing that yet. And the only way that you can get those kind of comments is if you're creating the reels in the first place. But I mean, it's just fundamental sea change in terms of social media marketing. It's never been this good, and I don't know how long it's going to last. My guess is that Facebook will start lobbying Congress near immediately. They will start complaining that TikTok is owned by the PRC, the People's Republic of China, and they're siphoning off our data. It will get TikTok banned and or sold to an American entity, and this little party that we have going on right now will be over. That's my guess if I had to see how it would play out. But we'll see. It's TBD. But that's it. It's Reels, and if you're not aware of it, you're aware of it now. And let me tell you, you got to get on it. You got to get on it immediately, okay? They are so insanely effective. And like, look, if you've never experienced them, just come onto Instagram and you can just go. There's a tab right in the middle, so that button right in the middle. You can just come into one of these, okay, and start watching them. And once you start watching them, you'll be like, I don't understand. I just wasted 25 minutes of my life watching this nonsense. How are these things this addictive? How is it this incredible? And then what you'll come to realize is that for a great many Americans, this is replacing, okay? This is replacing television. They're not sitting down turning the TV on anymore. They're sitting with this thing in their hand and they're watching it. And then once you start interacting with some of them more than others, Instagram automatically knows that, and they're going to continue to show you more that look like that in your interest, okay? And then people are going to start following you as long as you tell people what to do after the fact. Hey, follow me on such and such. I mean, one of the things that we do that's super cool for our customers is we actually get custom logo reveals made with their logos. I love ranting about this. Let's see if this will actually play on the screen. Well, I don't know if it will or if it won't. Is it playing? No, it's definitely not playing. It's like playing in the background or something. It's kind of I kind of have like a very weird thing going on where this whole thing is rigged together. Oh, I can show it this way. Watch, I can do this. So when you start making these, you want to tell people what to do after it's over at the very end. So I'm going to grab the video. You see how it says follow me for more? So we get these things made for our customers, and one says follow me for more, and the other one says visit link in the bio, Rick. So that's how you deal with the link. And they put these on the end of every single solitary reel that they make, and it tells the user what to do. Follow me for more, link in the bio. And, you know, they're getting thousands and thousands and thousands of views when they don't even have anywhere near that type of follower count. I've got one customer that I think does a really, really good job on these things. Let me pull her up. A-E-L-L-Y. There she is. So this is a customer of ours. You can see she's got 7,200 followers, right? 7,200 followers. Look at some of the view counts on some of these reels she's getting. 3,000, 2,000, 4,000, 7,000. She, on a regular basis, is popping 10, 11, and 12,000. And she has 7,000 followers. How the hell is that happening? It's happening because these reels are getting recommended to more and more and more people. Like this one got 10,000. She's doing a tour inside of her gallery, and that got 10,000 views. Now, views are largely BS, sometimes yes, but she's getting everything else that's downstream. More and more followers. People are sending her messages. I'm interested in such and such. Are you available for commissions? All of the various different things that you need to keep an art business humming, and she's on it already. And we've got some customers that have like thousands and thousands of views, and they have 2,000 followers on Instagram. I mean, Kelly here, if I go back like a year, had like 800 followers or maybe like 1,500 followers. So it just goes to show you what's possible. It's insane. And if for no other reason, if you leave here at least switched on that there is a giant sea change going on in social media, you'll be ahead of most other artists already right out of the gates. So an important thing to know. An important thing to know. Who else has got questions? Otherwise, I'll get to you two. But you two have already asked questions. I know. I can see both your hands up. Oh yeah, Michael is asking, is there an entry-level price for the small artist? Yes, Michael, there's an entry-level price for the small artist. But if you haven't sold anything yet, have you sold anything yet, Michael, or no? Yeah, I'm talking to you. You left a comment earlier, right? Michael, reclined in the chair. Michael Klinger. He's like, is this guy talking to me? I don't know. Well, if you get back switched on, Michael, we'll go. All right, so go ahead. Go again, Rick. You got to unmute. And then I'll get to you again, Catherine, too. You're still not unmuting, Rick.
Yeah. Okay. One quick follow up. The reels sound terrific.
Yeah.
And I'm a blockhead here. Please answer my question again. I forgot. Can I do something above 90 seconds? A reel longer than that?
Yes. Yeah, you can. Not a reel. No, the reels are 90 seconds, but you can do
90 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And I was thinking at the end of my reel, just saying, this is episode 1. Stay tuned. Lots more to come.
Sure. Done. Boom.
Boom. Okay. I think that'll do it. Thanks. Thank you.
Thanks, Ray. All right, Catherine, you're up next. Go ahead.
Hi. It was just I'm starting to use reels to show like time lapses of my painting, which actually I did just notice this because I felt like there was a wall I could never get past because if I didn't already have followers, it was like no one ever sees me. So what's the point of what I'm making?
Yes.
But then when I did use the reel, I suddenly got like thousands on
Boom.
that. But
I
loved that. But I really think what you said was really important just now because is that the remixing option? You said something about you get notified. I think I kind of missed something. Like it's notified that I responded to someone and it told others about my sale. Are you making like a video response on a comment?
Exactly right. Exactly right. That's
so how do I make a video response on a comment? I didn't know that I could do that.
Yeah. So you can only do it on your reels, and you go to a reel that has a comment. You click respond like you were just replying to a normal comment, and then you press the little blue photo button, and it puts it right on the screen for you, and then you're in business.
I did not. Okay, so I thought you could only like type back. That's so much more powerful. I think that was really important, and I feel ridiculous because I never realized that I could do. I didn't really kind of get that, like how significant that is that I could respond like that.
Yeah,
and then the other thing is to clarify a little bit more about Amazon Prime Day. So you like piggyback off of this holiday that's like made up for Amazon?
100%.
And what is that?
100% we do.
Okay. And so you recommend doing that and just saying like, I'm running a sale till midnight for Amazon Prime Day. Is that like when you put up just like image ads, or you're saying you say lives and you said something, I was trying to make notes, like for the teaser announcing during the sale and sale is about to end.
Yeah,
take this amount off until tonight.
Yeah, like a properly executed sale at its core first, and then we'll expand. At its core, it has a discount and it has scarcity. Okay, and this is fundamental rules of retail that go back centuries. The discount is some percentage off, or free shipping, or buy one get one free, or 5% off, 10% off, whatever. The scarcity is the discount is going away. It's going to end. When you have a discount in scarcity, you are more inclined to get human beings to take action, especially in tough economic times. Okay, so that is the fundamental core of a sale. Once you have that sorted, and by the way, Amazon Prime Day, save tons on everything site-wide. Discount goes for 48 hours. Scarcity. Amazon's the biggest retailer in the United States. I think bigger than Walmart, so they've got it figured out. Walmart does the same thing, and it's just that simple. Now, in terms of a sale, we teach you how to do what's called omni-channel marketing. And what does that mean? Yes, fundamentally, there's these stages of a sale. One, where you tease a sale. Two, where you announce the sale. There's some activities you do during a sale. Then you let people know the sale is going to end, and then sometimes you extend the sale. And each one of those steps has marketing activities built into it. You tease the sale by sending an email. You tease the sale by posting to Facebook. You tease the sale by going on Instagram. You tease the sale by putting it into your Instagram stories. If you're running ads, you'll also run an ad. That's 6 or 7 different marketing activities, obviously including making reels, that all hit on different channels at the same time and capture the maximum amount of attention. Then you do that essentially on every step all the way through. And that fundamentally is omni-channel marketing, and that is how you actually get attention in a day when everyone is staring at this thing all the time and is distracted in 0.2 seconds, right? You're competing against somebody watching cat videos or, following somebody on Instagram or whatever they're doing. And so the way to get people's attention is you have to understand how to do this from a context of marketing, and that's also what we teach.
Okay, I appreciate that clarity.
Wonderful, my pleasure. Now start listening to the podcast too. It'll help you.
Did you write it down in the link? Just say it another time because I didn't get to write it fully.
I did it. It's 3 words.
Oh, you
Art,
did?
yeah,
Okay.
Art Marketing Podcast. You can find it anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Hard like it's hard candy?
No, art marketing.
Oh, art.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That makes more sense. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Kathy. Yeah, I get fired up about these things. You know, every single solitary person on this call has a marketing problem. There's no questions about that. You guys all know it. You all treat your marketing like you treat New Year's resolutions. You know, the beginning of the year comes along and you sign up for the gym membership. In January, you're going 4 days a week, and then by April, you haven't been once all month. Rinse and repeat, and that is why the business doesn't go anywhere. And that is fundamentally the thing that you need to solve if you want to go anywhere. And I don't care if you ever sign up for business with us. If you don't solve the marketing problem, that is a road to having a hobby and not having a business. That's just it. The good news is technology exists. If you start doing it consistently, there's never been a better time to sell art or photography. Does not mean it's easy. Okay? It means you have to do the one thing that none of you want to do, and certainly the one thing that none of you want to do consistently. But once you do, that is where all the leverage is. That's where all the leverage is, and it's why we exist. You can get a website anywhere. You need a website and an education, and you need to be held accountable, and you need to be occasionally bribed, barked at, cajoled, poked, prodded, encouraged, lifted up, have group sessions. You have to have all of these things to keep yourself doing this consistently, because you guys are all solopreneurs. You don't have an office full of people helping you make this thing a reality, helping you to make this dream a reality. Until you start fixing these things, I just don't see how the business goes anywhere. It doesn't. Not in my experience. And I don't know what the alternative is either. It's not like a gallery is going to get you there. No, you know, the amount of people that actually have like a successful business through the gallery model is kind of like the amount of people that you know that are professional athletes. I don't know any professional. That's not true. I know a couple of professional athletes. Minor, but still. Anyway, who else, guys? Questions? Comments? Concerns? Oh, Dave, I like it. Go ahead. And you'll just need to unmute, Dave. I'll let you know when you
There we go.
Yeah, gotcha.
Hey, hi. I just curious if you have suggestions for the kinds of reels that are really workable. I mean, are you looking like behind the scenes or work in progress, or just what I'm doing around the, you know, in relation to the work? What?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a full-time artist. I'm a street photographer, and I have travel photography that I'm just really starting to dip my toe. I have a marketing background, but from 1976 is when I went to school. So it's been a while. And I'm really intrigued by the reels. But I find them annoying. But you know, when I'm as a user,
yes.
But I understand what you're saying, and I'm curious as to what kinds of videos are going to be attractive to people in this area.
And it's an absolutely great question. And, you know, I wasn't even born in 1976, okay? I wasn't even born until 1979.
Okay.
And already for me, and I wasn't taking a shot at it.
All right.
Already for me, like, I can find reels sometimes a little bit annoying too, right?
Yeah.
But what we have to understand is, at the end of the day, if we were fishermen, we would wake up in the morning and drive the boat to where we knew the fish were.
Right.
Getting attention, you know, which I've covered in my presentation in Currency of the Land, reels offers the greatest opportunity, because the biggest source of attention is so terrified of losing users that everyone is incentivized to stay on the platform and create them. So the way that I like to think about how to create them, like which ones, you know, it's no different than the game of golf, right? To play golf, you have to have a bag full of different clubs, and each club represents a different shot. Think of reels like that. Your process is good, setting up the tripod, some crazy person yelling at you in the street. All of them work.
Right.
All of them work. Your job early on is to not stress about anything except making 100 of them.
Okay.
And don't even stress until you make 100. And you have to, on a certain level, become a consumer too. You have to consume them a little bit. And once you do, you start getting the ideas, and you're like, it'll slowly worm its way into your conscious, and be like, okay, these things are actually pretty creative. And I don't know, they might actually be just destroying society, because everyone's attention span is just so truncated, and it's like, you know, people are just like, change the channel. How do you ever stay focused on anything? But that they represent a huge opportunity, and it does appear to be sort of where television is going to die with us.
So gathering the attention and creating as much of that kind of content as possible, and not worrying a lot about the quality as much as quantity. Is that what you're saying?
No, not necessarily. It's don't try to be like early on. Don't try to be overly analytical, right?
Okay.
Like don't try and diagnose your golf swing after 6 shots. Like go and hit 100 shots so you can actually get in a rhythm and understand how everything's working and get loosened up and be like, okay, now what do I do?
Make it a habit.
Yeah. That's what I would say.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
But good questions. And have sales too, and try and sell the work, right? Because otherwise you'll never know.
Right.
Otherwise you'll never know. Like, does the work sell or not?
That's it.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Dave. All right, guys. Who else? Anybody else? Questions? And Michael Klinger, I started to answer your question. I don't know if you had a follow up on it. I'll unmute you too. Mic icon lower left. Oh, he's typing. I don't know if you can talk. Oh, he spoke with Kelly. Okay, good. Oh, he got a phone call midway through it, and it was probably like Kelly calling him. It's like, wait a minute, I'm already on with you guys. This is, which is great. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I just, when you do this for a long time, right? You realize that you guys are all playing the long game. Okay, you're going to be doing this for the rest of your lives, and you want to gain as much attention as you can, because that means more sales, more collectors. The business will inevitably change. Social media marketing will inevitably change, and we'll sort of move our attention along as we go. Like, Dave doesn't want to make reels. He's annoyed by them. I get it. I am too. But you know what? There are huge gains to be made, and then something's going to change into the next thing, and we just keep doing what we can do. We keep getting as many sales as we can, as many collectors onto our collector list as possible. And then eventually, when the new thing comes along, you can be like, you know what? I'm cool on this one, but I can afford to be, because I've had so many people buy my work. All I have to do is send emails, and I can sell it now, right? So early on is kind of like, it's a chicken and an egg scenario a little bit to a certain extent, what we're trying to fix. But all right. I think we're good on questions. And it's a good session today. I appreciate you guys sticking along and sticking with me and everything else. Should also say it's the end of the month, which means we have another big sale about to end, which is going to be happening quickly. And great time to get locked in. If you're just getting started, don't worry about it. But if you're like, these guys might be able to help me and they know what they're talking about, definitely encourage you to get a demo so you understand who we are, what we cost, all the bells, all the whistles, all the things. You can do that by requesting a demo on the site. It's super, super easy. I'm going to send you the follow-up material. There's a bunch of cool stuff in there that you can check out in terms of the links. If anyone is interested in getting more information, all you have to do is click the request a demo, fill out the form, boom, done. Other than that, all of the links will be in this thing. I'm going to send it to you. You can go back and get into things. You can subscribe to us on YouTube. I'm sure there'll be a link to the podcast in there. So there are all of those various different things in there. But I appreciate you guys hanging out today. And no, tomorrow you cannot do reels on a computer. You have to do them. You can, well, that's disingenuous. Yes, you can actually. You can create them on a computer, and then you can upload them after the fact. But you sort of need to think through the portrait versus landscape and how you're going to do all that. But you can create the video assets. I mean, reels, at the end of the day, it's sort of just like it's a video editor, right? It's like a video editing software. So you can pile these various different assets. You can throw them in there. You can resize them. You could have, 3 stacked horizontal videos all on top of one another, and that constitutes one big vertical. So there's people doing creative stuff there. But look, all you guys got to do is get onto the phone, press the little Reels button. It's this down center one. And by virtue of what you're like, I don't like this, I don't want to see this, the ones you flick away from, the magical all-knowing Oracle AI was just going to start showing you more of the ones that you like and less of the ones that you don't. So you'll see these interesting rabbit holes you can go down. And you can also go in and you can search. This is kind of like searching hashtags. Okay, so let me see. Look at that, Emily. See, your name was on there. because I searched you earlier after you sent me that message to follow you. So you're in my search history. All right, so I'm going to search abstract art. Let's just say abstract. Boom. And abstract art is a hashtag comes on. So I can click. Oh, wow, it's abstract. Let me get that right. All right. Did it give me a person? No. Okay, so I just searched abstract art, right, which is a hashtag. And you can effectively think of the hashtags as channels. So now I'm on the abstract art channel for reels. That one's not a reel. I got to find a reel. Here's a reel. And if I just keep scrolling through this, I'm essentially just on the abstract art channel. This works for literally any interest that you have in the world, including art. And so some people just come in, they're on the abstract channel, they're finding one that they like, and then the next thing you know, because you created one, and you know, there's this sense of like, hey, do I need to use hashtags? Yes, it's valuable to use hashtags, but at the same time, the machine is so damn smart, it knows what abstract art is, and so sometimes it'll just show it. Oh my gosh, I want this thing from the house, by the way. Have you seen this? Oh my gosh, I want this thing so bad. It puts like a pneumatic system for laundry inside your house, and it all pipes. The throwing is nonsense, but it pipes right through your wall, and then via vacuum tubes ends up right in the what am I saying? Laundry room, right? Like I have kids. Do you know what this would do for my life, let alone the throwing it in there? Oh God, where was that technology 10 years ago? I want it. But anyway, so now I'm on the abstract art channel. Afterwards, the next time I come and log on, in my feed, it's just going to start showing me a bunch of abstract art because I've now told the machine, like, hey, Patrick likes abstract art. And so that, like, the discovery happens that way too, which is really, really interesting. So that's what I would say. And no, Kim Zabia, it's Kelly Corbett. I think she does really, really good. Oh, yeah, she did. Yep, and that is Kim. Sorry, my friend Kim's asking me questions about the little things on the end. Yeah, the little things on the end are so valuable because it's the one mistake I see everyone making when they make reels because they're not marketers and they don't understand is like, don't make me think. The minute your thing comes to an end, tell me what to do. Link in the bio. Visit my sale, right? Like whatever it is, tell me what to do. Otherwise, I don't know what to do. Should I be following you? Do I follow you? You didn't even ask me. What are these guys doing swimming around? I don't know. Anyway, that's what I got. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope to see you either on a future session or if you become a customer, I'll see you on the inside. If not, you should definitely subscribe to the podcast. It's good. All you have to do, art, marketing, podcast, Spotify, YouTube, here, there, anywhere, we're everywhere. But other than that, I appreciate you guys. I hope you all will have great weeks, great rest of your days. Enjoy summer, and I'll see you in a future session. Bye now.